Today is May 23rd, 2023. This is 𝗏𝗀𝗀, host of the updates, bringing you your daily GD 2.2 update. I'm a little sick, but strap in because we've got a lot to cover today. First up, and probably most importantly, a massive exploit has been found in the level editor that allows you to pull off arbitrary code execution, or ACE, which basically means that with a very specific trigger setup, you can access and run literally any code you want. It's very similar to the log4j situation from Minecraft, if you know what that is. This affects all users from Steam to mobile to pirated copies of the game. This has been fixed for 2.2 as well as the latest version of MegaHack, which is 7.1.1. If you don't have MegaHack, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 has also pushed a fix to his servers, blocking levels with this exploit from being uploaded, and likely IP banning the uploader as well. But if you're still skeptical, there's a standalone mod that fixes it as well, which will be linked in the description. And if you use the GDShare mod, avoid untrusted levels with the .gmd2 file extension, as they might be vulnerable. Anyways, yeah, right now GD is unavailable on Android, unplayable on iOS, and might be a virus everywhere else. But don't panic, everything's been more or less dealt with. On a brighter note, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 stopped by the GD Discord once again, and a lot of new information has been shared. First up, he shared two videos that showcase new ways to end the level in platformer mode. One is fairly traditional, while the other has brand new audio and effects which are completely customizable. These are done through a new trigger, and according to 𝗏𝗏𝗃, the second one has a bunch of options disabled so that custom effects could be used instead. You might also notice the soundbars on the side, which are a toggleable feature to help you balance the volume of music and sound effects in your level. When asked about how much work 𝗏𝗏𝗃 has left, he responded by saying that things are going well, so we're close. He also said that he's never making something this big again, followed by the goblin emoji. When asked what the hardest thing to implement in 2.2 was, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said it was the camera work, even if it's not very noticeable, which is surprising because I assumed it was platformer mode. Pulsar asked about a texture pack switcher, and 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said it's a maybe for the future. Oh yeah, this one's pretty big. Multiplication and division can now be used in the pickup trigger, which is going to be insane for minigame levels and likely the spawn coding language. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 has never played Minecraft. There have been a lot of changes to the 2.2 levels since what we've seen in the sneak peeks, so hopefully that awful spider part at the start of Dash is gone now. So I felt lucky and decided to ask 𝗏𝗏𝗃 about if you could run triggers when certain events in the game happen, and turns out you can, with the new event link trigger. So you can presumably run a spawn trigger every time you jump, or land, or hit an orb, and everything in between. This is probably how the sound effects from the sneak peek work as well, and it's nothing short of incredible. He'll probably expand this system over time and take requests for specific events, since it's tricky to implement everything that creators might want. Also, some events have further configuration, so you can have different landing sounds depending on the object you land on. And all portals have their own event links as well. 2.2 will not be 64-bit, but hopefully that will come afterwards. All triggers work in both normal and platformer mode, but checkpoints are exclusive to platformer. Speaking of checkpoints, platformer mode will not have a save and exit feature. Also, a lot of the checkpoint events shown in the recent sneak peek are custom, such as the particles and sounds. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 asked if information can be saved between attempts, since the collision block bug that lets you do it in 2.1 has been patched for 2.2. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said no, but it's a maybe for 2.3. 2.2 might have an attempt counter that you can access, but his wording likely means that it hasn't been implemented. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 also said he might want to add items that persist across levels, not just attempts, so an item you collect in level A can influence level B. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 also asked if we could get visible hitboxes for slopes so people stop rotating them the wrong way. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said he has his own hitbox viewer, but he might be willing to make it usable by players. Someone asked about split screen for dual platformer, and 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said he wants to do this, but nothing is planned right now. Okay, it's time to talk about the sound trigger. We've got a lot of new information on it. First up, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 said that the death and level complete sounds can be used in the trigger, which probably means that most other game sounds can be played as well. Only one button is needed to download both the song and sound effects for a level. If you don't already know, 𝗏𝗏𝗃 bought all his sounds and hosts them on his own content delivery network. There's about 5,000 of them right now, but more will be added remotely. Since it's handled server-side, this won't require any update to the game client. He's open to taking requests and has like 500,000 sound effects on hand right now. Don't expect access to all of them. Also, the sounds can be freely changed in the same way you would add custom songs that aren't on Newgrounds, but obviously this will only apply to your own game. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 also confessed to uploading meme sounds and fart sounds. I have no idea if this means metal pipe or not, but I'm praying for it. I asked Rob if he would take submissions for community-made sounds, like voice lines from players or YouTubers. I love GD Cologne. He said he's cool with it, but would obviously have to work out the details and rights with the creator. There are going to be some instrument samples to make your own music, but don't expect them to work too well. He says that there needs to be a lot more tools if people really want good music making, but if people desperately wanted, maybe it can be added in a future update. And that's about it for today. Since there was so much news, I skipped over smaller details like RobTop's usual generic roasts and responses, but if you want to see those for yourself, just hop into the Geometry Dash Discord and search for posts by RobTop Games in the search bar. This has been your daily GD 2.2 update for May 23rd, 2023. Double check your mega hack version to make sure you're safe from the exploit, and stay alive out there, Dash fam.